Your show, LA's Finest, is back for its second season, and it's an action-packed show where you and the wonderful Jessica Alba play LA detectives, and there's a national conversation happening right now about police reform, and you filmed season 2 of your show before all of this happened. But I have to ask, has it given you any ideas about the stories you want to tell going forward?
Oh, yeah. I mean, moving forward, our show, along with every police procedural or any show that deals with law enforcement of any kind, we have a lot of work to do to have more accurate portrayals of interactions between the police and marginalized communities. We all have a lot of work to do if we're going to tell truthful stories, because as it is right now, you know, our show is pure fantasy. It's pure escapism. It is not rooted in the reality that we're seeing every day on the news.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you and Jessica Alba are also executive producers on this show, and together you have created a very diverse working environment in front of and behind the camera, which I think is so incredible. What do you think it will take for other producers and networks to follow your lead? And do you see change happening?
Change is happening slowly. You know, I've said before, if you're somebody that has been desperately waiting for change, change feels like it is moving at a snail's pace. If you're someone that is standing in the way of change and in the way of progress, it feels like cancel culture is taking over. And it's not. That's just called accountability and consequences. So it's happening just very slowly. And Jessica Alba and I created the production that we always dreamed of. A very inclusive, incredibly diverse production that matches the city that we set our show in. Our show would not be successful if our whole production, the writer's room, the actors, as well as, you know, every department that it takes to put together a show, did not reflect the beauty that is the diversity of Los Angeles. You actually do your audience, your show, and your production a disservice to not embrace diversity and inclusion. So you can either embrace it because it's the right thing to do, or you can embrace it because it's actually great business. Yeah. We all are coveting that global market, but if your production doesn't reflect that global community that you covet so much, you're already failing. So we didn't want to be failures. Mm-hmm. You know, Jessica and I are also, we're not just the stars, we're the executive producers, and the change has to start with us. And it didn't cost more. We're, you know, still on, you know, all of our episodes came in on budget. It's still a big Jerry Bruckheimer fun show that's very much in the Bad Boys universe. So for us, it worked out. And every other show I know that is embracing diversity and inclusion in their production is a huge success. I don't know. To me, the facts speak for themselves. You know, you can resist it if you want, but come on in. The water's warm. We're all doing very well over here.
Gabrielle, you've been home in quarantine for months with your family, but you and Dwayne sent your 18-year-old son, Zaire, off to school a few weeks ago in New Hampshire, and you both talked about how emotional this was for you. Tell us about that.
Oh, my gosh. I never thought I was going to be this kind of parent that was, you know, oh, my God, the baby's leaving the nest. I always was just sort of like, oh, God, get over yourself. And then it happened to me. And I was bawling. And we literally like followed him out of the house and put him in the car. And the whole family's waving from the porch, crying. Yeah, it's terrifying, especially now, like sending your kid across the country. And, you know, none of us are familiar with, you know, New England, specifically New Hampshire. So we just have to hope the good people of New Hampshire, you know, love our baby the way that we do and value him. But yeah, it was terrifying. I became that mother that is like, who are these girls? What are their intentions? Who are their parents? Like, I need to see age and transcripts.
Yeah.
I knew you were going to say that,
Gabrielle.
And I make no apologies for it.
Thank you, Gabrielle. You need to season 2 of LA's Finest is available right now exclusively for Spectrum Video subscribers, and it will be making its network broadcast premiere of season 1 on Fox September 21st.